A very warm welcome to you. It's always a pleasure to have you for company on this edition of the program. As you know, this is your one-stop shop for all the latest happenings in the world of business. My name is Margaret Mary Usiobor. On this edition, we begin by joining Faith and her guests on the town hall for the concluding parts of their session on Bancassure, a second look for growth. For those following the happenings in the insurance industry, you would know that the National Insurance Commission, NICOM, in collaboration with the CBN, recently released operational guidelines for Bancassure. But the question is, what has changed? Can Bancassure provide the needed penetration for the insurance industry? All these and more will be answered on the town hall. Do take a listen.
No insurance company today will pay agency commission to someone that is not registered.
On this edition also, we will bring you highlights of the August Members' Evening of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, NCRIB, hosted by Zenith Insurance. Not forgetting also our Industry Icon segment, quick facts and lots more. All these and more all we have lined up for your pleasure this week, so sit back, relax and enjoy the lineup. Details shortly after this break. Please stay with us.
The 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum holds on Wednesday, October 25th, 2017 at Kano Hall, Necker House, Hakim Balogun Street, CBD, Alausai, Keja, starting from 9:30 a.m. Theme: Insurance Penetration in Nigeria, shifting focus from policies to providing value for the customers. Chairman, Mr. Chike Makunye, former GMD Royal Exchange PLC. Guest speaker, Professor Festus Ekpetimehi, first Professor of Insurance and Risk Management in Nigeria. Discussant, Mr. Valentine Ojuma, MD CEO, FBN Insurance Limited. The 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum, a platform for insurance stakeholders and the insuring public. For inquiries, call 080-333-57879, 0812-362-4081, or visit our website www.AlmondFinanceReport.com. Powered by Almond Productions Limited. Admission is free.
Let us say in the capital cities of the states. Lagos alone now we have over 2/3 of insurance institutions in Nigeria here. So if you go further again, then even the states, only few that branches outside the capitals, some good towns or large towns. Then you go to the brokers too. They are the professionals. They will give the client professional advice, follow in underwriting, on getting the best terms and conditions, and in terms of claims too. So by the time we look at the brokers again, we find out that because by law, brokers are not supposed to have many offices as possible. So we find them, some of them are in 1 or 2 offices. So if you check, you find out that the agencies too, how many agents do we have in Nigeria? And there's a large number of agents in Nigeria here. Most companies find it difficult maintaining agents. Either they have this one today, within a short time that one goes off, goes away. So even some life companies, there's only few that are still having a good agency network. So you find out that the branches or branch office of insurance companies are compared with added to the brokers and agencies are not enough. If you compare the ratio of the number of companies to individuals in Nigeria, look at the population, check the offices, find out the ratio, there's a wide gap. So, but if you look at the bank deposit, now let us say the deposit of banks compared to GDP, you see that it's very, very large. So by the time you now look at the banks, I remember around 70s or 80s, there was this rural banking. And even though there was a compulsion letter to ask them to put branches in this area, but it helps to increase their banking habits. So, and that one we are trying to leverage. By the time you see, you have more number of banks. Look at it from before you go here now, you see number of banks, but before you can see any insurance office. So that is so we want to leverage on that situation. It is not that the brokers are precluded, because if you look at even some companies already will embrace the issue of universal banking, and now some companies also has a holding structure. The brokers also still protected, because by the guideline they are also protected, because the bank, insurance company that are having within that holding arrangement cannot also enter into bank. They can also have to go at another bank. So you have to also go to another bank. So in fact, the broker's own indispensable role is also still there. But we're trying to look at the cost effectiveness and also reaching, especially the retail market. Because my colleague mentioned before, all those news agreements, not only loans, you have even marine insurance. Some of them that also need maybe import or exports, whatever, they also have to go through the bank channel. Bank will also make sure that they refer these people to insurance companies. And moreover, banking and insurance products, some of them are complementary. Like even mortgage loan. By the time you take mortgage loan, you may take life insurance. Or you are buying car. Banks will also look at the profile of the companies, of individuals they have. Know the ones that can also get all this. They can even offer you some loans. You see them, some of them testing you, sending you some information. You can even get consumer loan or car loan. And at the same time, they are also more secure if those things are also insured by insurance companies. So both those ones that we already know that there are potential, and there may be also future potential of entering into insurance. These ones will also help to ensure that we have a large clientele from the bank. And by the time bank also uses it as a fee income, it will also add their own earnings, and the insurance company will also earn.
Mr. Olayinka, I was going to ask you this question. Now, we do know in the era of universal banking, some banks you walk in and they say, oh, you want to collect a loan, go to our insurance company. They were compelling people to do that. We do know, like, the new guideline is trying to work around all that. But for those insurance companies that do not have a holding structure, they are not in a holding arrangement that, okay, they have a parent company or a sister company or a subsidiary that is a bank and all of that. How would they play in bancassurance?
Well, the regulation, the guideline put forward by NICOM has allowed it that you can have relationship even where you are not into having a relationship with any holding company or bank. And this could be done that the issue is just that there must be a relationship and an agreement between the insurance company and the bank. Once that is, and the basis of the agreement are also listed there in terms of the mode of payment of premium, exit, the relationship, and so many things are in there. But in terms of at least the contractual relationship must be first established, and it has to be approved by NICOM. Once it's not approved by NICOM, of course, it's not allowed. And for those that have holding companies, of course, once you are relating with your holding, with your the company within your holding group, within your group, of course, you are restricted to that. And that's the way the guideline has put it.
Okay, now overall, how cost effective would you say bancassurance is going to be for, especially for companies who are not in like a group?
Oh, fine, it's quite cost effective. The guideline says for each of the branches there must be a staff of the insurance company there representing the insurance company. So it's not for the banker, that is the staff of the banking. The bank to sell insurance. No.
Can we really eliminate that?
Well,
it's possible. It's possible. There's a referral.
I agree it's a referral, but when you're referring,
no, you still refer to the staff in that office. Because if you're not a licensed agent, you cannot even run the commission. And generally.
We are in Nigeria, Mr. Olayinka.
Notwithstanding,
okay.
If you are not a licensed agent, there's no how you can earn the commission. Whether in Nigeria or wherever. Yes. Maybe the worst, or unquote now, the worst that people could do is that to have a relationship with someone who is licensed. No insurance company today will pay agency commission to someone that is not registered. Because NICOM looks into the books. The regulation is very stringent now.
Yeah.
More than ever before. And in fact, the number of insurance companies will say, well, the fear of NICOM. So, with strict regulation, stringent regulations, and it's open. Everybody knows the standard. Nobody will do that any longer. And if there is any of the banking staff has a relationship with the insurance company, with the staff of the insurance company, well, that's fine. It's still referral. It won't be the person that is not presenting, but rather it will be the staff of the insurance company that is presenting. And remember, the payment must be made direct because an account will be created within the bank where the premium has to be paid. And of course accounted for. And in terms of the settlement of the commission, and that will be done on a regular basis.
Further talking about that cost effectiveness.
Yes.
You see, okay, let us take for instance now the broker and the agent now. The agency, now before we may have part-time or full-time agents, but we are talking about, let us look at full-time agents. They may also earn commission. There may also be some allowances attached to such things. So if you check both the commission and the allowances, the agents also earn, compared to what we are going to pay out as a commission to the bancassurance, is also lower. What we are paying as commission now as a bancassurance is lower. And then we know that the agents now, over time, they will also have entrenched themselves into the company, and the company will also have a lot of responsibilities, even welfare programs. But those ones will be eliminated under bancassurance. You only have the staff. Then the businesses come to you. Then the acquisition costs of even transportation costs to the clients, you may not even end one day. Just like the broker also maintains an office, he has staff whom he pays salary. Has also transport himself, or either in Abuja here, can even enter plane to go there, or even wherever, go to transport. Those costs added to the commission, you find out that is even though insurance company will not pay those, or by the commission, and then his own cost will also be, if you look at them together, the cost of getting that one business now like 10,000 naira, you might even have spent. No. But if you come through this retail, through this bank assurance now, you find out that there is also very, very low. We are not saying bank assurance will also supplant agency and other reasons, but at least it will also help us to also ensure that we penetrate more to all the nooks and crannies where we have not been before. And as time goes on now, other channels will also find where they also have some issues or challenges with, and then address. And by the time these channels, overseas, they have multiple channels. Apart from the online, you have all these channels, they will also grow. So that you can say, we are having up to 200 billion naira from the Bancassure channel, brokers too, because brokers control the market now, over 70% or more. The agencies are there. But like I said before, the turnover rate is very, very high. Very, very high. I haven't maintained agents because from time to time this one.
Why is it so difficult to maintain agents in the in India, for example? Yeah. We're talking is an agents market.
Okay. The commission paid to agents most organizations are on a sliding scale.
Why is it on a sliding scale?
Because one, the incidence of loss or death is more within the earlier years. So by the time your acquisition cost, so by the time it is reducing now, you can have a commission starting with 30% or 40% decreasing, while some also only few companies also have level. You can have half. So the real agencies, some agents now have M20, 30, 40, then and up to 3-4 years now. Either they tend to surrender, cause the client to surrender that policy, and then to take up another one where they will also earn more commission. This is possible. Or they find out that the other company pays higher commission and also have more welfare program for them to. While some companies will say, we only pay you based on commission you earn, and we don't have anything. Maybe within the first 3 months, we pay you some allowances for you to transport, and by the time you are stable within 6 months, we no longer pay you any other commission apart from commission you earn from businesses you generate.
Okay, Mr. Olaika, do you think that practice has actually helped the insurance industry?
Well, it's standard practice. Standard practice, like the example you gave, relates to the life business. But in the case of the general business, the law, the Nigerian law, stipulates that agents are entitled to 50% of the broker's commission. Bearing in mind that, of course, agents don't maintain offices.
Yeah.
And here we don't have corporate agents. What we have is the individual agents. And with the individual agents, of course, 50% of that is good enough. But however, in terms of the number at various times, most of the agents that we have, so many people use agency as just a stop in the car, in the sense that whilst we are waiting for greener pasture, let's do this, particularly a number of the graduates now. But by the time they enter into, they get into it, and for those of them that are very serious with it, you can even earn more than the managing director of the insurance company if you are very serious. In the US, a lot of people solely all they do is agency.
Agents, of course.
And some of them will earn much more than the managing director of the company. But here we are not that exposed, But I believe that.
Would you say we are not that exposed, or the industry has not made it very attractive for people?
Well, it's not really it's not really the industry. I mean, the law has set a standard. 50% of whatever is due to the broker is due to the agent. It's for the agent now to harness, sit down and now say, look, what's my target? My target is X. How do I achieve X? And until when people get committed and take insurance agency as a lifetime venture, like an entrepreneur, the issue that we have in terms of people resigning will still continue.
Okay, Mr. Olayinka, have you looked, because if you were talking about other clients, like in the UK or in the US you talked about, you don't need to preach too much really for people to buy insurance. But here, if I'm a fresh graduate and I'm coming out, I know even in my family, it's difficult for me to come and start pushing insurance to them. They won't answer me. So it's...
Yeah, the awareness.
Yes, it's not just like graduates are not serious, but the business or the products you want them to go and sell, which is insurance, it's a difficult sell.
I agree with you that insurance is a difficult sell. However, even in the US, in the UK that we are talking about, there was a study that revealed that even householders insurance in the US, so many people will not even buy, despite the fact that they are aware of the importance of it, the need for it, and even the law backing. But here, people not buy insurance, I would say, one, due to lack of knowledge. Two, some will say in terms of experience in the past or experience of others.
Others, of course.
The 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum holds on Wednesday, October 25th, 2017 at Kano Hall, Necker House, Hakim Balogun Street, CBD, Alausai, Keja, starting from 9:30 a.m. Theme: Insurance Penetration in Nigeria, shifting focus from policies to providing value for the customers. Chairman, Mr. Chike Mokunye, former GMD Royal Exchange PLC. Guest speaker, Professor Festus Ekpetimehi, first Professor of Insurance and Risk Management in Nigeria. Discussant, Mr. Valentine Ujuma, MD CEO, FBN Insurance Limited. The 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum, a platform for insurance stakeholders and insuring public. For inquiries, call 080-333-57879, 0812-362-4081, or visit our website www.AlmondFinanceReport.com. Powered by Almond Productions Limited. Admission is free.
Alright, welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Moving on now, we bring you highlights of the August Members' Evening of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, NCRIB, hosted by Zenith Insurance. The bi-monthly Members' Evening of the Council affords members of the brokerage community the opportunity to interact with their host companies.
The bi-monthly members evening of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, NCRIB, has remained a veritable platform for knowledge sharing, social interaction, and networking between the broking fraternity. The August edition was held at the ultra-modern Secretariat of the Council, was hosted by Zenith Prudential Life Insurance. Welcoming participants to the event, the President and Chairman of Council of the NCRIB, Mr. Manuel Kayode Okunore, said that the task of sustaining the legacy of the founding fathers of the NCRIB is quite enormous.
I must place on record that the task of leading our council, sustaining the legacies of our founding fathers, making our profession worth the while, and leaving good legacy behind for upcoming professionals have been so enormous. It is almost 2 years now that this administration came on board. I must confess that it has been 2 years of assiduous work, and I'd like to appreciate the staunch support that I got from the board and all members, without which these modest achievements would not have been possible. I am persuaded beyond reasonable doubt that the Herculean task of ensuring that our vocation becomes an enviable profession has been sustained.
The invitation extended to Zenith Life to host the August members evening was born out of the acknowledgement of the company's high level of ethical standards. Giving an overview of the company's operations to the brokers, the managing director, Zenith Prudential Life, Mr. Chuks Igumbo, said that Zenith Life has partnered with Prudential Life to deepen insurance penetration.
Our request to host this August edition of the members evening. We wish also to thank you for your immense support for our business since 2006 when Zenith Life started operations. We are particularly grateful for the support, and like my colleague has said, we have grown because of you. Because from our modest beginning in 2006, we have grown to be at least the top 10 in the life business. It is because of your support, so we totally appreciate you, and we are very, very grateful for your patronage. As a company, Zenith Life, we are highly brokers friendly. We know that we are there to serve you to meet the expectations of your customers. And our promise here is that we will continue to serve you to make sure that your customers, who are ultimately our customers, remain totally satisfied of our services.
Since Zenith Life is well known to the brokers, Ms. Eside Kazim, Chief Operating Officer of Zenith Prudential, took time to explain Prudential, which is the newcomer to the brokers. At the end of the presentations, the floor was open to participants to ask questions or share their experiences about the host company.
One of the things that we have known about them is that they actually take their business very seriously. Very seriously. And you actually think, well, why is that so different? Because most people should. But I'm telling you, in this market, we don't have a lot of companies that are that serious about their business. They approach it very seriously. If you have issues, they bring all their minds to the issue to try to resolve.
Responding to some of the questions raised, Mrs. Ebele Nwachiku, MD and CEO Zenith General Insurance, said they will continue to serve well. In the usual tradition, the management of Zenith Prudential Life was presented with a certificate of a broker-friendly company by the NCRIB. The insurance market in Nigeria is largely controlled by brokers. For any underwriting company that wants to increase their market share, especially in corporate business, partnering with brokers and being their good books is of utmost importance. The bi-monthly members evening of the NCRIB is therefore an opportunity for the host company to get feedback from brokers on how they can perform better to meet the demands of the insuring public. It is hoped that Zenith Prudential Life will reap the reward of this relationship.
And that is our show this week. I do hope you enjoyed every moment spent. Join us again next week for another fresh package. But in the meantime, feel free as always to connect with us on all our social media platforms. You can also visit our websites at www.almondfinancereports.com. Don't forget also that this program airs on BCOS Television Ibadan every Thursday at 6 p.m. Now, before we go, get ready to join us at the 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum coming up on the 25th of October 2017. The venue is Neka House, Alausa Ikeja, and the time is 9:30 a.m. Don't forget to join us. My name is Margaret Mary Osiobor. Until next week, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.